Hola chicos y chicas, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm so happy you're here with me today as I'm getting ready to make some tortillas. But guess what? Today we're not only going to make tortillas, we're also going to be utilizing math. Yes, cooking is full of fractions, and today we're learning a super important skill, which is how to add fractions with different denominators. That means those fractions that don't have the same number on the bottom, like 1/2 or 2/3. By the end of our tortilla adventure, you'll know how to add them like a pro. So are you guys ready? Let's go. Before we start mixing our masa, let's warm up with something we have reviewed previously, which is equivalent fractions. Do you remember that two fractions can look different but mean the same amount? If not, let's look at this example. Here we have 1/2 cup of masa buildup. But if I cut each half into 2 pieces, now I will have 4 parts of a cup, but the amount will stay the same. If you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts of a cup, but it's still filled up halfway. So in other words, 1/2 of a cup is the same amount as 2/4 of a cup. The numbers change, but the quantity doesn't. This is a very important skill when we want to add fractions with different denominators. We need to make the bottoms match before we can add. The quantity will not change. It is only the numbers that will. It's just like trying to stack tortillas of different sizes. We have to make them line up until they're able to match. So now let's look at our cooking problem of the day. I already have 2/3 of a cup of harina ready to use. However, now I need to add 5/4 of a cup more. As we can see, the denominators are 3 and 4, which are totally different. Now, how can we find out the total amount of harina I have to use in total? To fix that, we can use the following equation. A over B plus C over D equals A times D plus B times C over B times D. That means we multiply across to make new numerators and multiply the denominators together so they can match. Let's do the example we just previously saw together. So before we start mixing any harina into our bowl, we have to identify the total amount of harina we will be adding. So I've already started with this problem by identifying which fraction is A over B and which fraction is C over D. So now that we have identified which fraction is which, we will be starting with our first step, which is multiplying A times C. As we can see, we're cross multiplying 2 times 4. Our second step is cross multiplying B times C, which is 3 times 5. I will be giving you guys a few seconds to solve these multiplications. So 2 times 4 is 8 and 3 times 5 is 15. Now we will be finishing off by multiplying B times C, which is 3 times 4. A few seconds to solve. Correct. The answer is 12. Now we forgot a step, which is very important, adding A times C plus B times C, which is adding 8 and 15. Few seconds to solve. 23. So this leads to our final answer being 23 over 12. As we can see, this is an improper fraction, meaning that it's more than 1 whole measuring cup of harina, which makes sense because we need a lot to make tortillas. I already added 1/2 cup of water into my masa. As we can see, I'm already starting to mix. However, as you can see, my masa is not ready yet. I still have to add 1/6 of a cup of water. But once again, the denominators are not the same. You know how we can solve this problem, huh? With the equation. Let's work on this problem together. Here I have written down the problem that was presented when I was trying to mix the water into the harina. As on the previous problem, I've helped us by identifying which fraction is A over B and which fraction is C over D. I'll give you a few seconds to think about what is the first step we will do in order to solve this problem. Got your thought? Correct. The first step is cross-multiplying A times D. So we will be multiplying 1 times 6. You know what is the second step. If not, I'll help you with that one. It is cross-multiplying B times C, which is 2 times 1. I'll give you a few seconds to solve these two multiplications. Correct. 1 times 6 is 6, and 2 times 1 is 2. Now, our third step, you know which one is it, right? Yes, cross-multiplying B times C. So, we will be multiplying 2 times 6. And I'm pretty sure you know the answer is 12. Okay? You know we're missing a step. You know which one is it, right? Adding 6 plus 2, which is 8. This leads our final answer being 8 over 12. However, as we can see, this fraction can be simplified. And our final answer is 2 over 3. So the total amount of water we will be adding into our harina is 2/3 of a cup. Alright, amiguitos, so it's time for you guys to show what you have learned through this lesson. I'm going to give you a tortilla problem. You won't answer out loud, just think through it at home. So I'll show you the problem. So here's your challenge. As you can see, I already made some few tortillas. But on the left side, I have 3/4 of a tortilla. On the right side, I have 2/3 of a tortilla. I want you guys to figure out how much tortillas do I have in total. Remember, cross-multiply numerator and denominators. Add the new numerators, keep that common denominator, and simplify if you can. You guys did amazing today. Thank you for being with me today in my kitchen, and adding fractions with different denominators is like mixing ingredients. Once they match, everything blends perfectly. So now if you guys want to have some extra practice at home, just look for your favorite treat, maybe some conchas, pan dulce, or even some fruits like mangoes. Write down two fractions with different denominators. For example, 1/2 and 1/3 of a concha. Use the fraction rule to find out how much concha you have in total, and you can even draw it or show your family. Maybe they'll want to try with their own foods too. Gracias for cooking and learning with me today. You guys added fractions like a real chef and a real mathematician. If you want more cooking, math adventures, come back to my kitchen anytime. Hasta la próxima. Thank you so much.